My opinion about microdosing finasteride. There is so much they have researched, and the research has brought them to the point that microdosing finasteride with as low a dose as zero point 0.2 milligram taken thrice a week is almost as good as 1 milligram taken daily or on alternate days. There is no denying the fact that what you have researched is correct. There is no denying this fact. There are a lot of tomes written on finasteride, a lot of discussion on online forums regarding finasteride. But for a moment, think about one thing. When you are 22 years old, 23 years old, 24 years old, or even 25, and hair loss has struck you like a bolt of lightning, and you have a strong family history, the progression of baldness at this stage is going to be relentless. It's like a raging fire. There is no stopping it. And at this moment of time, if you dilly-dally, if you believe people who have had anecdotal experiences with finasteride, because this drug has various different pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics in various individuals. How one person metabolizes finasteride is very different from what another person's liver may be metabolizing it. The bioavailability, your response to finasteride, how sensitive your follicles are to finasteride, whether your baldness is at the stage of stabilizing when you start finasteride and you start to microdose, is very variable from person to person. Please do not fail to understand this very important issue. And in this game of hair loss, androgenic alopecia is completely unsparing. There is no fair play in this. It doesn't give you time to buckle up and to think about your strategies, your protocols. It is going to continue relentlessly without giving you a break. It is a very vicious enemy. Does not take pity. It does not take prisoners. So when you are thinking of microdosing, for a moment, think over the fact that whether you are okay with starting at a low dosage of 0.2 milligram taken thrice a week, as many people have told you on the internet, and take the chance of taking microdose and adjusting to a higher dose which will suit you eventually, and taking about a time of about 1 year, 1.5 years to reach that sweet dosage which is okay for your hair loss. And by the time you reach that sweet dosage, say 1 milligram on alternate days or whatever, you have, because of your procrastination in taking a decision, your hair loss has gone by leaps and bounds, and now you are completely bald, or you've gone to the stage of thinning and achieved a point of no return. So to patients who are going in for microdosing, I would like to say that please go in for microdosing, but you should not be in the bracket of 25 years to 30 years age group. Because this is when baldness is at its maximum momentum. And stopping it in its steps at this moment of time when it is in such great momentum is well nigh impossible. And taking microdoses like 0.2 milligram on alternate days 3 times a week is like trying to control a raging forest fire with just a garden pipe, a garden hose. Yes, there is a strategy to it. I would rather suggest that if you are 25 years old with a strong family history of baldness and your baldness is not yet in check, it shows no signs of abating, you should go on to finasteride. Of course, after deep consultation with your doctor, if you're a candidate for finasteride, if your hormonal milieu, if your hormonal levels are normal, only then, I'm not saying everybody, only if you're the right candidate, go on to finasteride. Go on to finasteride, the full dosage, 1 milligram on a daily basis or at the most 1 milligram on alternate basis if it's not a very strong family history, if the baldness is not too much. And then after intervals of 4 to 6 months, that is one complete hair cycle, you decide whether your baldness is in check. And most likely, if you're taking 1 milligram on a daily basis, within 4 to 6 months, I can assure you, your baldness will be under control. And then that is the time you should start experimenting with microdosing. At the 6 months mark, first take a break of about 2 weeks and then downscale the dosage of your finasteride from 1 milligram a day to 1 milligram on alternate days, and continue this for one more hair cycle, that is 4 to 6 months. And after 6 months, you will know that you have gained control over your baldness. If you haven't, with this half dosage, but the 1 milligram dosage which you took earlier, daily basis, was the appropriate dosage, please scale up to that dosage. But if your baldness is under control, and even with reducing your dosage to half the dosage in the second second span of 4 to 6 months, 1 milligram on alternate days, you find that your baldness is still stable, you can take a chance of going on to 0.5 milligram on alternate days even. And then after 6 months, again see whether you are in control of your baldness or not. And this is how you have to, on your own, very intelligently balance your dosage with your hair loss requirements. Every person is different. I've underlined this fact that every person is different. Every person responds differently to finasteride, and every person's gene penetration of male pattern baldness is very different. How finasteride responds in your friend is not going to be the same in your case. So you have to find out your best strategy to combat hair loss in consultation with your doctor. And of course, you are very scared. You are taken aback by the anecdotal statements of people having side effects, permanent side effects. Please don't go by that. Try it on yourself. Get a good doctor in your area to work you up, lab work, blood work, do counseling with you, and then start finasteride. It is in less than 1% of cases that you experience side effects. Yes, when you're starting out on finasteride, because the body takes time to readjust to the changing hormonal milieu, changing hormonal environment, you might have for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks, some breast tenderness, some testicular pain. But this is going to go away in 4 weeks' time, maximum 6 weeks' time. And see, you have so much to gain by starting finasteride intelligently in consultation with your doctor. So if you have any questions about microdosing finasteride, about dosage of finasteride that is ideal for you, do drop a comment in the comment section below. We'll arrange in-person consultation with you, or if you have some basic generalized question, you can put that question in the description in the comment box on this video, and we'll get back to you with the answer. So I have done a host of videos in which how to optimize finasteride, how to take control of your hair loss, what are the side effects of finasteride, why not to fear finasteride, and I am going to add them in the description box to this video. Have a nice day, and I hope this video was helpful.